quadratic equation by completing the square. So let's determine a number that must be added to make each of the following a perfect trinomial. Explain how you arrive at your answer. Number 1, x squared plus 6x plus blank. So the first step that we're going to do here is to find the value of b. So in my last discussion, I already discussed how to find the values of a, b, and c. So in this example, the value of b is 6. Now what are we going to do with the value of 6? We will divide it by 2. And it says here, always divide by 2. So meaning to say, any value of b will be divided by 2. So 6 divided by 2 is 3, and we will square the 3, which is 9. So meaning to say, the missing number is 9. So anyway, this example is very much easy because the value of b is an even number. What happens if the value of b becomes odd number? Example number 2, x squared plus 7x plus blank. So again, the first step is to find the value of b. And our value of b is 7. So what are we going to do next? Divide by, very good, divide by 2. So any value of b will be divided by 2. Okay, and 7 divided by 2, we will having a decimal number here. So what are we going to do is to stick with 7 over 2. Okay, then we will square it, 7 over 2 squared, and it will become 49 over 4. Okay, because 7 squared is 49, or 7 times 7. Then 2 squared is 4, or 2 times 2. Okay, then 49 over 4 is the missing number. Another example here is x squared plus 4 over 3x plus blank. Okay, again, the first step is to find the value of b. And the value of b is 4 over 3. So in our example, the value of b is in fraction. So still, we will over it by 2. And of course, we will use the reciprocal. Just put over 1. Okay, so we have here 4 over 3 divided by 2 over 1. And to solve it, okay, we will do the reciprocal of 2 over 1, then multiply the 2 fraction. We have here 4 over 3, multiply the reciprocal, 1 over 2. Okay, from 2 over 1, it will become 1 over 2, or 1/2. Then multiply it, numerator to numerator, and denominator by denominator. So 4 times 1 is 4, and 3 times 2 is 6. Saan nanggaling yung 6? 3 times 2. So pag multiply again ng fraction is numerator to numerator, denominator to denominator. Okay, then 4 over 6, and we will square it. So 4 squared is what? 16, and 6 squared is 36. So our number here is 16 over 36. Now let's go on to the real topic, which is the completing the square, which is the third method on how you find the values of the roots or the solutions of quadratic equation. Okay, now the process here is from the standard form ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. We will transform it into quantity x minus h squared is equal to k, where k is greater than or equal to 0, meaning to say k will not are positive numbers or equal to 0, no negative numbers. Let's have an example. 3x squared plus 12x is equal to 15. So the first method is to transform it into standard form ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Because if you will notice, our equation is not written in the standard form. However, If your equation is already in the standard form, skip the step 1. Now, the method that we're going to use here is the subtraction property of equality. We will use the additive inverse of positive 15, which is negative 15. And don't forget to write 0 to complete the equation. Next step is to divide both sides of the equation by the value of a. And let's find the value of a, b, and c, which is 3, 12, and negative 15. Okay, let's divide both sides by 3. You will divide it one by one. 3x squared divided by 3 is x squared. Then 12x divided by 3 is positive 4x. Negative 15 divided by 3 is negative 5. And 0 divided by 3 is 0. So the next step is to add 5 to both sides of the equations. Question: is it always 5? Of course not. So it will depend on the number of your constant term. So in our example here, our constant term is 5. Okay? So but it will not be always 5. So let's add both sides, plus 5 plus 5. Now what if your constant term here is, instead of negative 5, it will become positive 5. Okay? So you will add negative 5 both sides. Okay? Why? To cancel these numbers, negative 5 plus 5. Okay? Then it will become x squared plus 4x is equal to 5. Then we will make it a perfect trinomial. X squared plus 4x plus blank is equal to 5 plus blank. Okay? So the first method to find the number to become a perfect trinomial is to find the value of b. Okay? In this equation, in this given, okay, the value of b is 4. And what are we going to do is to divide it by 2. Okay? 4 divided by 2 is 2. Then we will square 2. 2 squared is 4. So 4, okay, is the number. So let us simplify the equation. X squared plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 5 plus 4 is 9. So let's continue. We have here x squared plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 9. So the next step is to factor the x squared plus 4x plus 4. So this is a perfect trinomial. So we will having two same number here. So x squared, quantity x squared, 2, then x plus 2 is equal to 9. So the important thing here is you should have same numbers. Okay, since we are coming from a perfect trinomial. So let's square it. X plus quantity x plus 2 squared is equal to 9. Then the next step is to apply the extracting the square root. Then put square root both sides and cancel the squared. So you will be having x plus 2 is equal to square root of 9. Then what is the square root of 9? We have here x plus 2 is equal to positive and negative 3. So we will be having here two solutions. So x plus 2 is equal to positive 3 and x plus 2 is equal to negative 3. Then solve the solution and simplify. Okay, use the subtraction property of equality. Put here x plus 2, put negative 2 both sides. Okay, to cancel it out. Then you will be having x is equal to positive 1. On the other side, okay, since this is positive 2, put negative 2 both sides. Okay, to cancel it out. So your x is negative 5. So these are the two solutions or roots of the equation. X is equal to 1 and x is equal to negative 5. Another example is x squared minus 7x minus 18 is equal to 0. So let's take a look at the equation. The equation is already in the standard form of the quadratic equation ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So, meaning to say, no need to perform the step 1, which is to transform it into the standard form. Let's go on now to the next step, which is to divide both sides by the value of a. But the value of a is 1, so no need to do that. Let's go on now to next example, which is to add both sides by positive 18. Why positive 18? Because in your constant term, you are having negative 18. So we will add both sides by positive 18. Why? To cancel this part. Alright? So if happen that your constant term becomes positive 18, so you will add negative 18 both sides. So it's vice versa. Alright? Then your equation will become x squared minus 7x is equal to 18. So the next part is to make it a perfect trinomial. And we have a method in finding the number to become a perfect trinomial. Alright, so find the value of b, which is 7, and divide it by 2. Alright, but if you will divide this number, you will be having decimal point. So we will stick in a fraction form, which is 7 over 2, and we will square it, and we will be having 49 over 4. How? 7 squared, or 7 times 7 is 49, and 2 squared is 2 times 2, and that is 4. So the number is 49 over 4 both sides. Alright, then the equation will become x squared minus 7x plus 49 over 4 is equal to 18 plus 49 over 4. Now let us simplify 18 plus 49 over 4. How will you add whole number to a fraction? So let's take a look at this. 18 plus 49 over 4. The first step is to multiply 4 and 18, which is 72. Then 72 plus 49 is 121. Then copy the denominator. So you can rewrite it as x squared minus 7x plus 49 over 4 is equal to 121 over 4. Then let's now factor this part. Okay, so since this is a perfect trinomial, you will be having same factor or same number here. Okay, for you to do it easily. Okay, so the factor of 49 over 4 comes from here. Okay, so just put x minus 7 over 2 and x minus 7 over 2 and squared. So let's continue with our binomials. Quantity x minus 7 over 2 and quantity x minus 7 over 2 is equal to 121 over 4. Then we will square the binomial. We have here quantity x minus 7 over 2 squared is equal to 121 over 4. Then we will do the extracting the square root. Put square root both sides of the equation, then cancel the squared. So you will be having x minus 7 over 2 is equal to square root of 121 over 4. So the square root of 121 over 4 is 11 over 2. So meaning to say we will be having two solutions here with positive 11 over 2 and negative 11 over 2. Just simplify x minus 7 over 2 is equal to 11 over 2. Okay, since we are having negative 7 over 2, we will add both sides by positive 7 over 2 to cancel this part. So your x is 11 over 2 plus 7 over 2 is 18 over 2. How? Just add the numerator and copy the denominator. Okay, let us simplify. So your x is 9. Okay, in this part, you have x minus 7 over 2. Then add both sides by 7 over 2. Cancel. So your x is negative 11 plus positive 11 is negative 5. Just copy, sorry, negative 4 and copy the denominator.